Welcome to Brick Wall Cinema. I'm your host, Chance, and today we have Lola and Sergio with us talking about the 2010 classic, How to Train Your Dragon. Now, I'm just going to start by saying I'm not going to have no much to say about this movie, but I know for a fact Sergio has like a whole 10 pages worth of stuff to talk about with this movie, because that's like one of his favorite movies.
Well, yeah, it's one of the, it's probably arguably the best trilogy DreamWorks has ever made.
I beg to differ.
Okay, then what would be your favorite?
Madagascar.
Okay, that tells me everything I need to know about Chance Theory.
Oh, like what?
A lot of things. Like, for one, I'll make this clear. I love Madagascar. One of my favorite movies out of DreamWorks. It was funny and I enjoyed it as a kid, and I actually think I still have all of them on DVD. However, to argue that Madagascar is DreamWorks' best trilogy, that's poppycock. Like,
poppycock?
Yeah, I'm using that word. I like it and it's fun to say. And
it is
makes
not
no
poppycock.
Sense. Yes, it is. Okay, let's look at How to Train Your Dragon. Like, the animation is good and it gets better with every movie.
That's every movie.
Dragons. Okay, Chance Theory, I'm aware of that. And just look at Rocco. No. See, even Rocco agrees with me.
Rocco doesn't know what you're talking about. Your dog does not know what you're talking about.
Yes, he does. He understands my lingo.
Rocco is a smart dog.
Yes, he is. Thank you, Sergio. And the character Hiccup is great. I might have to move Rocco. Can you hear him barking in the background?
No, I can.
Okay, then we're fine. But
he's saying that.
No, he's agreeing. He's agreeing. This one's better. Like, you can like Madagascar. That is fine.
I feel like
but it's not a serious film. Like, look at this movie.
Yeah.
You can't tell me it's not heartwarming. It's not beautiful. Like, everything about this movie is great.
I'm not saying
and
it isn't.
The dynamic between Hiccup and Toothless, it's amazing. And then how it calls back to the sequel. Well, something Stoic said calls back to it, where he was like, I should have seen the signs when he found out Hiccup was friends with dragons. And it calls back to the sequel because his mother was the same way.
How's it a callback? It's foreshadowing.
Oh, sorry, foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing. But yeah. Sergio, why do you like How to Train Your Dragons? Let's get opinions from experts, please.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Sergio. Come on, tell us. Do it.
Dang, did he disappear? Sergio. Sergey. Where did Sergey go? Bro.
Are you kidding me right now?
He literally disappeared.
Sergio, we're talking about you.
Go?
No, I know. Sorry, my microphone went out for a little bit. I had to reconnect it. All right. So, what was the question?
Oh my god. Lowell's asking why you think that Madagascar is better than How to Train Your Dragon.
No, that is not what I said, Sergio. He's lying. I said, why do you think How to Train Your Dragon is one of the best movies of all time, arguably? Why do you like How to Train Your Dragon?
Well, for me, it really does bring up it really has a really in-depth kind of feel to its characters, where they're not one-dimensional. There's like multiple layers you can peel back to find out the reason why they act the way they do. Mm-hmm. And other movies that DreamWorks has made, usually their characters are pretty flat, or at least they don't really get explored until they make like more movies of them or like something else.
Madagascar.
You want me to explain, or you want to just make an argument?
Chance, you're allowed to like Madagascar. We don't hate the movie. Do you hate the movie, Sergio? I realized I didn't even ask you.
Madagascar or How to Train Your Dragon?
Madagascar. Do you hate that movie, or do you like it?
Not really. I watch it like once in a time when I need a good laugh, but the movie I constantly go back to is How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay, see? Almost what Sergio was saying. It's good when you want a good laugh. Comedy is great. We love comedy. However, How to Train Your Dragon, more complex, more depth, more character.
And a much better story.
Exactly. That's all we're saying, Chance. That's all we're saying.
Okay, sure. You know, I'll say this. Yes, I do think that this is more of a serious movie than other DreamWorks movies. I will agree to that. Yes.
Exactly.
If you're looking for that type of thing, sure. But sometimes serious movies aren't usually the first one I want to go to rewatch.
Okay, but it's not like it's just a serious movie. There's comedy. Like, for example, the twins, who are always butting heads. Very silly. Yes, the twins.
I'm just saying, I don't remember most of the characters' names in this movie. I know a couple.
Twins.
Okay, the twins' names are Rough Nut and Tough Nut.
Their name's Nut?
No, rough nut and
Oh,
tough nut. Those
one's
are
a
their
rough
names.
nut, the other one's a tough nut. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you know what, Chance? They explain why their names are like that in movies. It's because
Isn't it one of the TV
Vikings
shows?
give each other horrible names to scare off trolls. Okay?
Wait, Chance, did you watch the movie, right?
No.
Like, did you watch the
didn't
movie,
watch the movie.
Sergio? Why are we even on this podcast? You didn't even watch the movie? I'm out of here.
I'm being sarcastic. No, don't leave.
Why am I here?
I'm just saying this was a good movie. You're making it seem like I don't like this movie. I really like this movie.
I know you like this movie. I just can't believe you would say something as blasphemous as Madagascar is better than How to Train Your Dragon.
It is.
What?
You don't like the third one as
No.
much. You told me about this. You did not like the third movie that much.
What? When did I say that?
Maybe I said that. And I just thought you were
Yeah, I
there.
think you said that. I like the third movie. I just don't like it as much as 2. Like 2 is my favorite out of the whole franchise, but
Well,
I
see
do
what-
really like 3.
See, that's what I mean.
I like how it explores the dragon world. I was like, wow, there's an actual another like dragon hideout that we didn't know about. Because when
When I
we
think of-
see the dragon's nest, I was like, oh, that's the dragon's nest. But then they're like, actually, this is the birthplace of dragons. I thought that was really cool.
Okay, look, let me explain.
Mhm.
The difference between a perfect trilogy and my favorite trilogy. There's a big difference.
Okay, well, we're saying one of the perfect trilogies. At least that's what I was saying. That's what I
Structurally,
was-
yeah, okay. I will consider How to Train Your Dragon a good trilogy.
Thank you.
I never denied that. I'm just
I know.
saying my favorite one is Madagascar because each movie gets better and better, animation wise and story wise. And
Next thing I
and
know, you're going to
humor-wise.
tell me Shrek 5 is going to be the best movie ever.
I never said that. You never heard the word Shrek come out of my mouth at all for the past 5 months. Why would I even? No, I never said that.
Okay, just saying.
Just wanna
That
get-
seems like what we're on the line with. Aren't I
No.
right, Sergio?
I'm not on the Shrek line. I'm on the Madagascar line.
Okay, so I'm saying.
You guys want to get into quotes now?
Wow, we didn't even.
Yes. Well,
Fine.
we can get more into the movie because we kind of went on a tangent about how How to Train Your Dragon's better.
You gotta
But
cover your
continue.
coughs clearly.
What do you mean? I coughed.
You coughed in the middle of what you're talking about. You said-
How to Train Your Dragon's better.
All right,
You know,
Lola,
that's not
what's
how you
your
do it.
favorite-
That's not how you cough and cover up something. You say, How to Train Your Dragon is better. You don't say,
That's
How
the
to Train Your
point. I
Dragon is
want
better.
you to hear
That's not how you
what I'm
cough and cover
saying.
something when you cough. That's not how you do it.
You're done. What was your question, Sergio?
You're done.
All right, Lola, what was your impression about the movie?
First impressions. Okay. The first time I ever watched this movie, I absolutely loved it. Of course, we have Toothless, probably one of the most marketable characters ever.
I
I
beg to
loved.
differ.
Oh, I'm just saying he's really
There are
cute, and
others.
they made great plushies out of him. My sister got a Build-A-Bear How to Train Your Dragon plush of Toothless, and it is awesome. I don't
It's
know if she
not
still
Bear.
has it. It's probably in the garage. No, Build-A-Bear does that all the time. Like they made My Little Pony characters. I
Why-
have Twilight Sparkle.
But they're called
but-
Build-A-Bear.
Chance, they have themed characters all the time.
That doesn't
They
make
have
any
the
sense.
trolls.
Why the hell would they have trolls in a bear shop?
Okay,
Chance,
we're
did you
getting
know
off topic.
Build-A-Bear is
Chance.
doing right
Getting
now?
off topic.
No.
But the point is, Toothless is great. He's adorable, and I love him. Okay, and I love his dynamic with Hiccup. I love how throughout the movie, like one of the scenes with Stoic's best friend throughout the film, and he's in like the school for dragons, and then Stoic, Globber says,
Gobber.
So you don't even remember his name.
I'm sorry, Gobber isn't one of my favorite characters. I think it's funny. I just don't think about him very often. No offense to Gobber. You're cool. But I was trying to say how in the school, Gobber tells Hiccup, remember, dragons will always go for the kill. And Hiccup says, why didn't you? Like, I like that so much. And he's like, dragons actually aren't that bad. They're great. They're lovable creatures. And they're just trying to fend for themselves. And he fights for the dragons. I really like that. And then how he tries to help Toothless and give him, what would it be called? I'll just call it a tail wing, like one of his tail wings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me, but I just can't get over the voice for Hiccup.
What? What's wrong with this voice?
It does
He
not
sounds
fit.
like your average teenage boy.
No.
Yes, he does.
He
That is what
doesn't.
every teenage boy sounds like.
Because I know the voice actor and I know the actor. He's been in other things. So I just picture him as other roles. He has such a distinct voice that doesn't really blend in with the character. You know what I mean?
I think it depends on like what
I
you
guess you're allowed your opinion.
It
Okay.
doesn't feel like
It
a
didn't
kid.
sound that cringe to me. He
It
sounded
did to
like a kid
me.
to me. Sounded like every teenage boy when their voice is changing. Very funny. Canon event for everyone. But yeah. And then I love his relationship with Astrid throughout the film. Because when I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way he's getting with Astrid. She's so cool. I love Astrid. Her outfit, everything, the hair. That is the thickest braid I've ever seen in my life.
Sergio, I'm gonna need you to
And I
take
like
lead
how,
on this, Sergio.
and I also like how throughout the franchise, they don't dull down Astrid's personalities. I feel like the characters have depth, they have their own arcs. That's another thing I really like. It's not just about the main character. Yes, he's the main focal point of the story, but the characters aren't one dimensional. I really like that. And I like the attention to detail, like the scales of the dragons and all the Vikings details, like the silver things on Stoic's cape. That was really cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Sergio, can you take lead on this episode? Because you know more about this than I do. So me just being quiet and just waiting for someone to answer is not really helping anyone right now. Because I just thought it was an R-rated movie.
Yeah. Sergio, what is your opinion? What's your take
I've
on
been
this
trying to
movie?
speak this entire time.
Oh, well, you asked
Are
me
you
a
serious?
question. I answered. I'm sorry.
Can you guys not hear me?
No.
No, I couldn't hear you at all, Sergio. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I
damn.
genuinely did not hear you.
Okay, this is what I said when I said like, you guys can't hear me.
Maybe we both need mics, Sergio.
I know that if you go through the recording, you're gonna hear me say stuff, and then you gotta keep talking, and I just stop.
Really? We're gonna go back to that later. I genuinely did not hear you at all. So I think we both need mics, but continue.
I was gonna say when you were talking about Toothless that he was designed by the same mind as they had for Stitch.
It's the same director.
That makes a lot of sense. I did not know that.
He had the idea to make him to resemble him towards Stitch because Stitch was such a big thing. So they decided to base his design off of that.
That explains a lot.
It's the same director.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Okay, but I didn't know that, Chance. What if the audience doesn't know that?
Majority of people. Sorry, I'm pulling a Sergio. My bad. I'm pulling a Sergio.
You are pulling a Sergio.
All right, what did
Sergio?
What did you want me to talk about, or are we still talking about like our first impressions? Because we were talking a lot.
Oh, I didn't mention my first.
Yeah, just go into first impressions. Yeah.
All right, Chance, you go first since you haven't done anything.
Okay. Wow. Fuck you.
What does he do, Sergio? What does he do?
So my first impressions when I saw this movie were it was all right.
Wow.
It was good.
Wow.
Well, to be fair, the first time I saw it in theater. I was pretty tired, so I went to sleep on it. Then the next time I saw it was on a bus back from camp, so I wasn't really focused on the movie as much. But then again, I thought it was an all right movie.
All right, I also saw.
I can't believe you said that. Continue,
What?
Sergio.
Sergio, Lola, understand that wasn't the only movie I saw that day on that bus ride home. They also showed us a boy in striped pajamas. So compared to a movie about the Holocaust, this movie's all right. Okay, I was not in a good headspace. Okay.
How did we get into the Holocaust? Sergio, continue. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I also saw this in theaters with my dad.
Oh, that's cool.
I remember this was actually my first introduction to these actors that you said that you've seen in other stuff. So for me and Lola, as we don't really see a problem with the voice, I think it's just because that you couldn't see him as this character because you've seen him in other things. So I think it depends on what it is you saw first. Like for me and Lola, I think we saw this. I think we saw the lead actor in Hiccup before we saw him in anything else.
I saw him in This Is the End and Tropic Thunder before I saw him in this.
Yeah,
Tropic Thunder? What the heck is that?
Tropic Thunder, the one with Ben Stiller and Robert Downey Jr. and Jack Black.
Oh, I thought you said Chocolate Thunder. I was so confused. I was like, that should not be a movie name. Okay.
All right. So this movie has a really special place for me because it's basically one of the defining moments of my childhood. Is because when I first saw this, I knew about dragons, but this one got my imagination running wild with all kinds of dragons because of all the different designs I had never seen before of these dragons. So it was a really cool time to actually just start brainstorming and just thinking of other stuff. And so, but that's basically when my whole obsession with dragons first came to be when I was younger.
All right. Now, that's cool, man. Cool. Yeah. I'm glad it's helped awaken you.
I agree.
I was reborn.
Yeah. Glad to know someone has taste. That's awesome, Sergio.
Why do you have to always start shit, Lola? See, we're doing good. Sergio's leading for the first time ever, and he's doing good. And I had to bring it back to some hateful shit.
What do you mean? I didn't hear anything. Did you, Sergio?
Oh, I heard you. I heard that. I heard. Sergio might not have heard, but I heard you.
Okay, Sergio, did you hear anything out of the ordinary?
I can't hear anything over my nostalgia.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
the fuck
see,
up.
so
Okay. Anyway, did you guys have favorite quotes from this movie? I know that Lola, you said that you liked the when Gobber was making a point that they always go for the kill. Then Hiccup was wondering why it is they don't kill, why he didn't kill.
Yeah. I think other than that, I don't have any other favorite quotes.
All right, Chance, was there any quotes from this movie? Okay.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Sorry, no, I don't have any quotes.
Somebody tries to interview you? No.
I think one of my quotes, let's see, probably from the argument between Stoic and Hiccup when they were saying comparing like how it is like they have wronged them and they have wronged like who has wronged who. The dragons have been attacking the village for generations, and the dragons have also had to fight for them. Has also had to gather for food that the Vikings can't, and the Vikings can't leave because, well, as they said in the beginning of the movie, they are very stubborn and they do not like to give up without a fight. So hearing them going back and forth, you see both sides, and then and then when I first saw that, I got the feeling like it doesn't matter who kills who or what does what, because if they keep fighting, eventually they're both gonna kill each other off. That's the whole idea I got from that whole argument.
If we go into our favorite scenes, can we go into favorite scenes now?
Yes.
Yeah.
My favorite scene in the movie was when, what's his name? Hiccup had to go take care of Toothless when he first meets him and had to open, like, when you have to train him, basically. My favorite scene in How to Train a Dragon is when the kid trained the dragon.
For sure.
What about you guys?
Lola, you go first.
Me? I like the scene when he was drawing Toothless, like in the sand, and then Toothless started trying to draw him, was playing a game with him. Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Why? What is there not to get?
I didn't get it. Was he just not supposed to step on the line?
Yeah.
But why?
That's literally the whole point. Because you don't step on the line. You step on a crack, you break your mother's back. Everyone knows that.
It has to do with the fact that Toothless is as intelligent as a human, and he wanted to create something because he liked doing it. And when the Hiccup was stepping on the line, he was messing up his work, and he didn't like that.
Oh,
so,
okay.
as a show of trust and a show of understanding, he's trying to be very careful not to destroy his drawing.
I also like the scene where Hiccup is creating essentially Toothless's prosthetic tail wing. I thought that was cool. Especially how all the other characters even say, I believe Gobber says this, that you could add a little Hiccup flair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, with his foot.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was really, I think my favorite scene out of all the things I come back to, and I've recently been listening to the soundtrack, is the test flight when they fall from the sky. Then when he gets back on his saddle, they get into this really epic high-speed obstacle course with the rocks, and that's just really cool for me.
That is pretty cool.
Did you guys not hear me?
No.
What did you say, Sergio?
I asked if you guys had any notes that you wanted to bring up.
I don't think so. No notes. It's a 10 out of 10 movie, and it's better than Madagascar.
We didn't even go to our ratings yet. Lola, slow down. God,
I didn't even rate it. I just said it's better
you
than
just
Madagascar.
Did. Okay, you know what? Fine.
No,
I'm gonna do what you did. I'm gonna do what you did. Okay, so I have no notes, and I give this movie 4 stars. I thought it was a good movie. All right, it was all right.
I didn't even rate it yet. Oh my god.
You just did. You said 10 out of 10. It was wrong rating, but it was still a rating.
I didn't say Sergio. I did not say 10 out of 10, right?
Lola, you know I record this. This is a podcast. You think I'm not going to be able to hear you Sergio, say 10 out of 10, better than Madagascar? You think you can get away with this? Lola, I'm recording all of this.
I didn't consent to this.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Sergio, answer the damn. No.
You're going to go to jail like in top 5.
All right. I noticed a few times in the movie that there were some animation mistakes. One of the prominent ones that I recently found out about that made an iconic scene was when Toothless and Hiccup were about to, when Hiccup was about to put his hand on Toothless's nose to show a sense of trust. that was actually an animation mistake where his hand was supposed to rest on his nose instead. What happened is that they weren't close enough, so they moved Toothless's head closer and had him put his hand on his nose. That was actually an animation mistake, but it made it for a really iconic scene.
Wow, that's cool.
That's very cool.
Also, did you know that the animators actually took inspiration for Toothless's movements from a cat?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
I believe it was one of the animators' cats, or maybe the lead director. I forgot who it was.
Chris
They even,
Sanders?
yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
I forgot whose cat it was, but I remember seeing this video of this guy. He put tape on his cat's tail, then filmed him playing around with it, and that whole sequence of his cat playing with the tape on the tail was actually used to animate Toothless.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, even in the Christmas special, that's when they use that same animation for that.
There's a Christmas special?
Even the Christmas special?
Why is there a Christmas
I don't remember
special?
didn't a lot of DreamWorks movies and movies in general have Christmas specials?
Yes, so did Madagascar.
But
Yeah.
How to Train Your
exactly.
Dragon is
I don't
not
remember the How to
Christmas
Train Your
themed.
Dragon movie.
How could it be Christmas themed?
Because it's Viking.
They have the Vikings celebrate Christmas. What do you mean? It's easy.
Okay, I guess.
You just insert Christmas into the movie.
I guess it makes more sense than Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. Anyways, this whole movie just is really great, and it kicked off a lot of stuff in the franchise, and it became so big that I did not realize it could be this big.
You should rephrase that, Sergio.
Oh, okay, that's what she said. Is that better?
God!
Beat it to it.
Say your fucking rating.
I would give this a 5 out of 5 stars for me. This is the best movie I've seen in a long when I was younger, and it has been one of the better ones I've seen in a long time.
Okay, so
Awesome.
4 out of 5 for me, 5 out of 5 for Sergio, and 10 out of 10 for Lola.
10 out of 10 would recommend. Also, don't always listen to Chance's opinions.
Why do you always end every episode? Don't listen to Chance's opinions. Why is that the new common thing? I don't like that theme.
Oh, have I done that more than once? It's actually
Yes!
not intentional. It's not intentional.
I think you've done it like once or twice before.
Oh, in my defense, we have varying opinions, and I'm just teasing you about it. It's just a joke, bro. But if it does actually offend you, I am sorry, and I'll stop. I was just joking.
You're good. It's fine.
Just joshing.
Just understand that Madagascar is a lot better, in my opinion.
Suck my balls, Mr. Garrett.
I regret showing you South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
That's from South Park?
Yes.
Yeah. Even if you didn't show me that, I would know what that is. I've seen that clip.
I know, but you wouldn't have saying it literally 2 days after we watch it.
No, she would have. Anyways, that's about the end of the video.
Oh, yeah. We're still recording. All right.
Like, subscribe, and always listen to Lola.
I'm Chance.
I'm Sergio.
And I'm Right. Thank you and good night.
Have a cinematic day.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok at Brick Wall Cinema. Have a cinematic day.